England nil, Ghana nil. Disappointing. Not, there's no need to. I don't think there's any need to catastrophise like what we've sort of seen over the last day or so. But I do, it is underwhelming. It is a shame after the heights of the first game. It feels like a real sort of down to earth moment, a reality check. It's been described as, and I think that's a fair way of putting it. After the first game, there was so much hype, so much confidence, so much belief coming into this game. We'll get a comfortable, convincing victory, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't. That result just didn't happen. I do think Ghana deserve a lot of credit. They, they dug deep and they got the point out of the game, which was what they probably would have set out for before the game. They would have, they would have certainly taken a point before the game. They got that. 4 points would probably be enough to see them out of the group. So yeah, I can't really. So I have to. I think it's definitely got to give them credit as well. 4 points will probably be enough to see them out of the group, even if they, depending on, Croatia could move above them. If they get a draw against them, that'd definitely be enough. 5 points second, but certainly looking in a good position to qualify now. Ghana I wasn't impressed with them against Panama. I watched the game against Panama. I didn't think they were particularly great. I thought, they stepped up in the last minute, got that winner, and I thought Panama, to be honest, didn't take the chances. I thought they had a better side for a lot of the game, but they were clinical, Ghana, when it mattered, and in this game they were resilient defensively, and that's been the key so far. They found a way to get through so far, in this tournament, and we know they have got a few standout players as well. There was a lot of people did say maybe they could be the second place team in this group. I always thought it'd be Croatia. I still think it could well be Croatia, but we'll come to that in another video. But Ghana. This was we come into this game. I think I come into this game confident. I thought it'd be fairly straightforward for England. We'll get the win. We'll top the group on the night, or good as, and then that will not even have to worry about this Panama game. We now find ourselves in a position where we will beat Panama. We've got to beat Panama, which I think we're likely to do. But the point is, we would have liked to have maybe rotated players, and we won't be able to do that in the same way that we would have been able to if we had got the win here. But early on, overall, dominant England performance though, but the chances just wasn't taken. Lineup was similar to last time out, same in attack. Gordon playing still, Mandzukic playing still, all of that the same. The main changes was, of course, He comes in for Stones. We see Jed Spence get a start as well ahead of O'Reilly, and he was good when he come off the bench in that first game. I think so I think in a group stage game like this, it makes sense to maybe stick with some of them. Mandzukic, Rashford apparently wasn't 100%, Saka wasn't 100%, so I suppose it had to be those two that started. Having a look at bringing Gehi in and seeing how that works for Concert instead of Stones, I think was it is still somewhat experimental. It is still trying to find the best 11 for a definite. Some players are just nailed on starters. There's some there's a bit of a debate around though, and I think that's what we're trying to do early on. The team that we've always said, the team that starts the tournament is not the one that will finish it. But yeah, so a bit of squad rotation there we've seen. But like we say, I've got a big squad, so we may as well use it. And to our advantage, but it just didn't really happen in this game. As for, again, I still think we're likely to top the group. And, well, we do find ourselves in a position where we now need to beat Panama. We would hope we'd do that. Anyway, they're not complete, and it ain't a complete pushover. They've lost both games 1-0. It's going to be a tight, we're going to have to break them down. And it's not, them sort of games can be easier said than done. And they're certainly, I think have held their own a lot more against teams than people would have thought. But, we're still in a good position, so there's no reason to catastrophise, to panic about this. But I do understand the disappointment, because I was disappointed after the game. It was a sort of low moment when you think we were so good in that first game, particularly in that second half. We got the tactics so right. It was just against Croatia, was just fantastic in that second half. Everything worked. The attack was firing, was playing with confidence, and I think it helped as well the fact Croatia were a team that really had to come out, were happy to come out and play against us as well. Weren't afraid of us. Really, create chances of their own and had the quality to do so. And I think those type of games England play better in. I don't think we're particularly strong in games that we're expected to dominate. I don't think that it seems to bring the best out of the team when we're kind of almost equally matched a lot more, where the players are forced to raise a game. They seem to enjoy that a lot more. They seem to enjoy playing like that a lot more. But we certainly created chances. Mandzukic trying to make it happen. I didn't think we saw enough from Gordon again in that second half. I think as soon as Rashford's fit, I think he's got to take that position, to be honest. We had a shot from Kane gone wide from the block in the first half. We had the chances, but nothing massively clear cut, but certainly a dominant England performance. Ghana having a couple of glimpses. I do think Manzwaki was making it happen again. No, he was not so much as the other day, but he was certainly trying. He was certainly giving them something to think about, more so than I think Gordon was on the other side. I've got to say, this is the type of game though where I do think we made a mistake not calling up Cole Palmer. I know Rodgers can be a game changer, but what we needed really in this game in the second half. Cole Palmer would have been perfect, a game changer, someone who's going to come on, give them something to think about, give them something completely different to come up against, someone they're going to have to completely change their approach on. Do they double down on him? Do they keep doing what they're doing? It's really that would be, we see it even against Spain in the final. Like if you one of the arguably the best team at the moment. He comes on the game all of a sudden. There's an opening for England. We see a way back, and he gets the goal. And even if he doesn't get the goal himself, he creates the space for other players. And even if he's not had the best season, we've still seen him do that. I've still seen him do that from watching Chelsea week in, week out. Against all he needs is just one good moment, and he can change a game. And I think not having him yesterday proved why not having him could be a bit of a mistake in this in terms of the squad selection. I think if one player's there that's not there should be there, I think it's him. And in the second half, I think we do step up the pressure a bit. We're trying to get the goals. Ghana obviously had that controversial moment with the penalty as well, with the one that we obviously had the Kane miss, which was a real shame. Expected to score. Was having the chances, but it just in the second half they looked a bit out of ideas, just a bit, and it was just underwhelming. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the speed, the intensity, the sort of attacking display we saw in that second half against Croatia, even in the first half to an extent, it wasn't there. There was no real risk taking. What I will say is we see this quite often with us in this. We've actually got this. We keep drawing the second group stage game. I think the last 4 tournaments now we've had a draw in the second group stage game after a really good first win. So this can happen. It's a shame. It would have been good to have it sewn up. In terms of the subs that did come on, I think we see that there's definitely an attempt for a change of approach in the second half. But again, I think Rashford comes on late. I know his fitness wasn't 100%. We see players like Eze comes on. Rodgers maybe Rodgers should have been brought on at half time or close to. They switch back to O'Reilly. Saka does make his appearance as well, but again, there was just some of the subs maybe a little too late. So disappointing. Definitely no need to panic. We do now have to beat Panama now. We need a convincing, strong performance there to take us into the knockout stage. Because it was underwhelming, but like I say, certainly no need to get too. I would say there's no need to get too upset, too panicked, too concerned about what we saw against Ghana. And a lot of the big teams as well, they had an underwhelming first game. Spain, Portugal, second game, excellent. So this can happen. It's just how we deal with it going forward now for the next game.